Perhaps you're in a space where you're trying to figure out, should I keep dating or should I take a pause? But if I take a pause, I'll be alone. And it's not as fun when you're alone, right? But maybe you're questioning, is dating the right choice for me right now? And maybe you came across this video because you are looking for answers. And I want to share from my personal experience 5 advantages of taking a break from dating. First, I want to touch on, how do you know when you should take a break? And then I'm going to touch on the advantages of being single. And maybe this is a small break, maybe it's a few months or a year. It doesn't have to be like 10 years or anything, but I think time alone is going to be crucial for you to kind of get back to baseline. There are so many videos about how to find the perfect man, how to find the spouse of your dreams, blah, blah, blah. But I don't think there's enough conversation around how to like yourself, like how to be okay dating yourself and doing things on your own, building that autonomy. Um, we don't hear too much of that, because if women really understood the leverage that they have when it comes to relationships, you know, we would choose differently. I think we would pick our people differently. We wouldn't just choose anybody. And I think a lot of us do that because we don't want to be alone. We don't want to have that stigma on us of being single. Sure. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Or if you're new here, hi, welcome. My name is Essence. That is my real name. And I created this channel, Moments of Essence, to highlight, highlight the women out there who are single, who are in their 30s or older, who are child free, who have a passion for travel, who just kind of have a passion to do things their own way and not apologize for it. Okay, let's find our own unique path. Let's find what feels good for us. Let's find what makes sense to us. And to add on to that, I like to talk about these things from a Christian perspective, what it means to live intentionally and in a way that's in alignment with your values and your beliefs. So, yeah, I have a video about being single. I have a video about kind of feeling left behind in life. And these are all like struggles that come up when you're trying to follow God's path for you. There will be highs, but there are definitely lows being a Christian woman. And I think we need to talk more about it. And I wanted to create this channel so that we could talk about it without shame, without guilt, without feeling sorry for ourselves, without complaining. I really wanted to create a space where we could talk about these things in a more positive light, looking at the benefits, looking at the advantages of some of the things that make us unique. As someone who's been single for about 7 years. Oh my gosh. Has it been that long? Yeah, I've been single for quite a while. And during that time I've like met people and gone out on dates and everything. But after multiple failed attempts at dating, I realized that maybe the problem isn't necessarily the other person. Maybe it's the system that I'm working within. The system being online dating. And if it works for some people, it works for some people, but that's what I was doing. I was primarily trying to find guys online on dating apps, and it wasn't working for me. So that system was not serving me, and I got into these really problematic relationships that ended up chipping away at my self-esteem, at my self-worth, at my autonomy, and I needed to heal from those relationships in order to feel better, you know, and to be able to get back to my my values, my beliefs, and because relationships can take so much out of us. I know I am a sensitive person. So if you are a sensitive person, you might have a tendency to take on other people's emotions very easily. So if your partner is having a rough day and they're mad and they're angry and they're yelling and they have all these negative emotions, it's very easy to absorb that and feel that for yourself and begin to share in those emotions, and that's not good, you know. It's really not good. So um I guess, yeah, if it's hard for you to like regulate your emotions because you have some sensitivities, or you have a tendency to people please, I would say that's like a good time to step away from dating casually and just take a break for yourself. Okay. So now I want to talk about the advantages of singlehood. Can we make that a thing? Singlehood? Okay, singlehood. Um, Number one advantage is the quiet that you will receive. Okay, because you're not looking at your phone constantly, seeing if they texted you back. You just get some time to have peace of mind pretty much every single day, that you're not trying to please somebody and make sure that they're happy, and like you don't have to attend to anybody. You know, you can use that time that you would be focused on another person, on yourself, and that kind of frees you up in a way. It's a very freeing feeling, I think. Yeah. And if you've been in relationships that were harmful, you know exactly what I mean. There's no stress. There's no stress, you know. Um, so you get some time where things are quiet in your life, drama free, you know, and you can just kind of enjoy that solitude for a little bit. And it's hard at first, you know, if you're not used to being alone, it is definitely difficult, but you get past it. And the more you kind of spend that quiet time alone, the better you feel, because you kind of get to know yourself again. And then that leads me to number two. You really get back to baseline, you get back to who you really are. Because a lot of times in relationships, we are changing ourselves for the person that we're with. Maybe they don't like this about us, or they don't like that about us, so we change. Or maybe they really like this, so you highlight those areas of yourself. Say your partner likes it when you dress up, like wearing a dress or heels, you know, that kind of thing. But you deep down, you're a sweatpants kind of girl. You're a loungewear kind of girl. And you like your fuzzy socks and no bra and big t-shirt, right? You like to be comfortable and you like to be home and you don't really like going out, but your partner likes it when you dress up and you go out. And so you do more of that to make them happy because that's what you do for a partner, right? No more of that. Yeah, you don't have to do that anymore. So when you're single, you do exactly what you want to do. And it's sweet. It's sweet. It's like a kiss on the lips. It's so nice. It's so nice to be able to think about, like you have more time. So this quietude gives you time to think about the things that you want to do, the things that you like, the things that you enjoy. So you come to this baseline of knowing who you are deep down inside, and maybe you've hidden parts of yourself for a partner. You don't have to do that anymore. So that's an advantage. I can revisit myself and who I really want to be. Not just who I am now, but who I want to be. Who do I aspire to be? What's my goal? Like my highest self. Like a lot of times I think about this. Like if I think about my best self, who is she? What is she wearing? What is she eating? Where is she going out to? Who is she around? What is she talking about? Stuff like that. I think about what is my best self like, and I want to aspire to be her. You get to really assess who you really want to be without any distractions, without any other voices, without any other opinions. Your opinion matters, and that's the key. When your opinion becomes the highest opinion in your mind. And I think, it's really like your opinion, which is kind of tied to God's opinion of you, okay? Because he's our creator. So he knows us better than we know ourselves. So really that quietude you can use to develop your relationship with God. And in that process, you get to know yourself better. You get to know who you are and what your highest self looks like. So it's all connected. It's all connected. It's all connected. Isn't that beautiful? Ah, I'm putting the dots together as I'm talking about this, but it's like a river. It flows. So you have more quiet. You're alone more often, but you're really not alone because you get to spend more time with God. Spending more time with God leads to you knowing Him better, which leads to you knowing yourself better, which leads me to my next point. Once you get to really know you again without the outside, external, voices and opinions, you begin to really think about what you're doing, how you're living. Like, are you happy with your lifestyle? Are you happy with the way you're living? Are you happy at all? Like, are you happy? That's a question that will definitely come up when you're alone. Am I happy? What could I be doing to add to my happiness? Right? And you start to evaluate. You start to evaluate your past, and that's important. It's important to look back and see, okay, what did I do wrong here in this relationship? Why did I do that? What was behind that? Like, what was the reasoning for that decision? And you begin to assess yourself. This is kind of good to do with somebody else, I will say. This is good to do with a trusted friend, okay? Someone who knows you very well, or a therapist. This is something that I did as well. And just kind of talking about the past helped me to kind of connect the dots and understand my present a little bit better. Like, how did I get here? Oh, okay. And you talk it over with a professional or someone you really trust, and you begin to make sense of your present. Okay. That's important when you're single. It's important to be proactive about understanding how the decisions you've made in the past has led you to this point. Why is that important? Because now you understand the way you were moving. Of course, it wasn't working for you. So now you get to create a new system. You get to reject the old system. You understand what you were doing. You understand the old system and why you did it. But now that brings you back to zero, where you need to create a new system for yourself. And this new system could be maybe creating a new support system, like a therapist, or maybe you need some new friends, or maybe you need to connect with a family member that you haven't spoken to in a while. A new way of doing things. The old system wasn't working for you. Like for me, dating apps weren't working for me, okay? So now, instead of just saying, well, that's it, I'll never find love. No. What is it that I need to do that will help me to get to where I'm trying to go, basically? And if the end goal for you is marriage, then that's the question, right? How can I do things differently in order to achieve the goal that I have? So, yeah, that's the question. And these answers will come to you as you intentionally try to create that new system. So, if that new system is trying new things, traveling to a new place, I don't know, go dancing, or starting a new hobby, whatever that is, as you do that new thing and try this new system, the answers that you are looking for with prayer will come to you. And that leads me to the next point. Number 4, you have more time. Time is such an important commodity. It's a priceless commodity. Think about the time that you've wasted. Well, let me not say wasted, but the time that you spent with people who had no good intentions for you whatsoever. Like, think about the time that you spent with people who are not a good match for you. Think about the time you spent with people who didn't care about you. Yeah. I mean, that's time that you will not get back. Okay. Now, time is so important, but now, this time that you have being single, now that you've decided, I need to take a break from dating, this time allows you to heal. Okay. Heal from trauma, heal from whatever experiences you went through with people who were not good for you. Okay. You get to heal. And that ties in with the therapy, that ties in with building a new system. This new system that you create will help you to heal. It will. And I don't think the goal is to just forget about the past or forget about old relationships. I think it's really to use those experiences as lessons and try to learn as much as you can from them. So healing is a big part of this time of solitude. If you don't use the solitude to heal, what's the point? What's the point? You know, this is a time to reconnect with your body, I want to read this book. It escapes me, but it's something to do with The Body Keeps Score. I believe that's the title. I want to read that. That's on my list of books to read. But yeah, the body definitely can hold on to trauma. And I'm going to give you some examples of ways to heal. I recommend, and this is just from my experience, okay? I'm not professional in any way when it comes to trauma, but in my experience, seeing Eastern medicine has been helpful for me. So, like cupping, acupuncture, massages, so on and so forth. These methods have been extremely helpful for me to heal, but you have to find what it is that your body needs to help you heal. So, physical healing, emotional healing, mental healing, spiritual healing. These are all, mind, body, and spirit are connected. So, whatever it is that you need to do to heal those areas in your life, seek those things out so that you can start that process as soon as possible. The longer you wait to heal, the more difficult and time consuming it will be to get back to a more whole version of yourself. So, healing, start the process as soon as you can. Find what works best for you, seek a professional, and, you know, look at those areas of spiritual healing, mental healing, emotional healing, and physical healing. The fifth advantage of being single is you get a chance to fight for yourself. Okay? Being in a relationship, at least in my experience, it can be exhausting. It can be very exhausting. Oh my gosh. So, I think that's an advantage of being single. It's you can put 100% of your focus and energy into being happy. Okay? And you're not depending on somebody else to make you happy. You realize it's your job, it's your responsibility to be happy and to add more joy to your life. When you realize, oh, I can do it, I can add more joy to my life, I can add more happiness to my life. I don't have to wait for somebody else to do it. When you're by yourself, okay, the only person to disappoint you is you. And that's a hard pill to swallow. Like, dang, I told myself that I would do this and I didn't do it. I promised myself I would do this and I didn't do it. Then you kind of have to like hold yourself accountable and kind of build that trust within yourself to say, I said I would do it and I'm going to do it. I know I'm going to do it because I said I would do it. And you follow through with what you promised yourself and you feel good about it. And then you do it again and again and again. And you develop trust within yourself. Maybe that trust was shattered by somebody you dated in the past, or a friend, or a family member, and you stop trusting yourself and your intuition. Because we ladies, yeah, we have intuition that, and it's a superpower. It's a superpower that we need to really take advantage of. But sometimes in relationships, that intuition, we doubt our own intuition because of what our partner is saying or whatever it may be. But when you're alone, when you're single, you begin to redevelop that trust, that intuition, and that discernment. It skyrockets, okay? You are reading people's minds at this point. If you spend enough time alone, like I have, you begin to know yourself and you really begin to understand people better. Anyways, Yeah, you develop a very strong sense of intuition that will help you, that will carry you through, okay, when it comes time to date again. When you start dating again, if you start dating again. And I think most of us, we take a break to get better. It's like going to a hospital. You're hurt and you need to get better. So you take a respite, you go to a place, isolate yourself there, and then you get better, you heal, and you get out. And you have to go back into the real world. I mean, that's just the truth. So when you start dating again, now you're walking into a relationship whole. And I believe you can really be whole. It's not a popular opinion, but I think with God you are whole. And when you take this time to heal, God is healing you, right? You're using these resources that you have found to heal you, therapy, massage, whatever it is. These things are helping you to heal. So you have this new system, you have this support system that's going to help you to get better so that you can go out there again and make better decisions. And your nervous system is regulated. Okay, your emotions are regulated. You have clarity of mind. Your body is clean. Okay, you're not foo-fooing with anybody. Celibacy, right? All of these things will lead you to your highest self, and the best version of you will attract the person that you desire. The best version of you. And not, pretending, not faking the funk, but you've done the work. You've done the work to become the best version of yourself. So you're not lying to anybody. You've A plus B is C, right? So you've taken your break. You took the break you needed to heal. You did the work. You were proactive about your healing. And now this can lead you into new opportunities, new people, new everything. I mean, it would just be a better situation for you because you're choosing better. You're choosing better. It's really about choice. It's about choice. It's about, we all have free will. What are you going to decide to do with your singlehood? Are you going to foo-foo around to fill the void? Are you going to numb yourself? Are you going to distract yourself? Or are you going to do the work that it takes to become your best self so that you can attract better people in your life? I like the last one better. I like the last one. So this is something that I'm going through as I speak. I'm in this process myself. And I wanted to share this because I have a really good feeling that someone else out there, some other lady who's tired of foo-fooing around, and I just like saying that because it's kind of silly. You're tired of foo-fooing. You want to come back to yourself. You want to connect yourself with God, reconnect with God. You want wholeness. You want to be whole again. If this is what you desire, and this is my appeal, okay? Action. We have to take action. I appeal that you give this a chance, that you give this process a chance. And I think the first step to getting into this process is one, talking to your creator about it. I highly advise that you talk to the person who knows you better than anybody else on this planet. Okay? He knows you. He knows you. He wants to hear from you. Talk to God. Tell him what's going on. If you're in a relationship, tell him, like, give him the details. Like, he knows, of course. He sees all and he knows all. But he wants to hear from you. And he wants to know how you feel about your situation. Give God the juicy details of everything that's going on in your life. Share with him how you feel. He does care for you. I promise you, he does. He cares about your feelings. He cares about your situation, and he wants to help you, but you have to acknowledge that you need him first, okay? So giving God your burden, giving him your problems, your relationship problems, first, that's the first step. Share with God exactly what's going on and ask God to help you get to the place where you want to be. Deep down, you have a vision for yourself and where you want to be, what kind of relationships you want. Ask God to help you to get there, and He will. He will. Because He wants the best for you. I felt inspired to make this video because dating out here in the streets is nasty and messy and disgusting, okay? And God, He doesn't want us in pain. He doesn't want us to suffer and just get by and just deal with whoever comes our way, whoever says, you're gorgeous, or whoever likes you. He doesn't want you to settle. He wants you to have an abundant life, and he wants you to experience more. If you want that for yourself, then you're on the right path. So yeah, that would be my advice, my appeal, if you will, is to just share with God exactly what's going on with your relationships. Perhaps you're single and you don't know what's going on. You're like, dang, I've been single for a minute and I haven't found anybody. Take a break. Take a break. And in this break, you're going to find the answers that you need. Look at the advantages. Look at the advantages of being single and really monopolize on the time that you have alone and spend it wisely. Spend that time wisely. No fulfilling. Okay, remember, we're not dipping our toes in here and there. We are zoned in. We are completely focused, okay, on healing mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. And once you get there, you're gonna enjoy it. I'm enjoying it now. And I've seen the differences in myself, my mood, my how I feel about myself, my self-esteem. It's working. Okay. And I wouldn't be here talking about it if it wasn't working, because yeah, this is my personal testimony about why taking a break is beneficial. And so thank you for just taking time and attention to absorb all of this, and I hope it was helpful. If you'd like for me to make more videos about this, let me know in the comments. In the comments. I want to know what your system is, okay? I want to know, if you're single, what is your system right now? It could be whatever it is, just share it in the comments. What's your system? What is helping you to get through, not through, but what is helping you to thrive in singlehood right now? I want to know. These are my things that have been helping me, but maybe you have something else to add, or maybe there's something that is totally different that I didn't mention. And yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. I want to empower more women to talk about these things and not to feel alone in the journey. I'll see you in the next video. Okay? Bye.